Welcome, it's Yoga with Kylie here. This is a nice short sweet practice just to get you up and moving. I know we don't always have an hour or an hour and a half to put aside for our yoga practice, but we just need to get on our mats and move. So this is designed to kind of move your spine in all directions, get your core alive, and just to set you on your way. And there's no chaturangas, so if you struggle with chaturangas, you can be rest assured this practice is for you. Cool, let's start at the top of our mats. And bring your feet so that they are hip distance apart. And make sure the outside edges of your feet line up with the side edges of your mat. So in other words, it should look like you're standing on train tracks. And just lift all 10 toes up, spread them nice and wide, and place them down from the outside in. So pinky toe down first, then through the big toe, and you'll feel a lift, natural lift through the instep of the foot. Try to maintain that. Pull up on your thighs, and just lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. Take your hands and just interlace them behind the back of your head and press your hands forward as you press your head back. And you'll feel how that naturally starts to draw your chin back in and lengthen up the back of the neck. And then release the hands, draw the shoulders up and back, and then the bottom tips of the shoulder blades down. The palms will naturally face forward, and then you'll naturally start to draw down through the rib cage. You should be feeling the belly engaged. Let's take a couple of grounding breaths here, finding your drishti point in front of you. And then on the next inhale breath, we're going to inhale and sweep the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Gaze comes up to the fingertips, tailbone down. As you exhale, bend your knees and swan dive. Send the heart forward, the sitting bones back. Relax the head. On the inhale breath, press hands to shins, shins to hands. Find your halfway lift. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale breath, fold over the legs, relax your head. Press down through your feet as well as out. And sweep the arms out and up. Stand up. Exhale breath, hands to Samasthiti. Inhale, turn the palms out, reach up. Nice big breath in. Exhale breath, swan dive over the legs, heart leads the way. Relax into Uttanasana. Inhale breath, hands to your shins, broaden across the collarbones. Exhale to fold and release. Sweep the arms out to the side, press down through the feet, extend up through the front of the hips. Exhale, hands Samasthiti. Inhale breath, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, bend your knees and swan dive. Take a breath in, bring the hands to the shins. This time as you exhale, step your right foot back and lower the knee down. Start to scissor the thighs towards each other so you'll feel yourself lift up. And I want you to feel as though you're pulling your left heel back underneath you. At the same time, drop the tailbone down and forward. Reach the arms up, turn the palms to face forward. And as you exhale, a little squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Draw the elbows alongside you and then isometrically try to work the biceps. As you inhale, draw the center of your chest up and back, but at the same time, keep the ribs drawing in and the tailbone moving forward. Back of the neck stays nice and long. A little squeeze to the right butt cheek. Couple of deep, full breaths here. Good. Next breath in, sweep both arms to the sky. And as you exhale, frame your front foot and step back to downward facing dog. Just a little pedal out through the feet. Warm up the backs of the legs. Claw the floor with all 10 fingertips. Press down through the index mount knuckle. And then try to squeeze the thumbs towards the center line. Lift the sitting bones up nice and high and press the inner thighs towards the back of the room. Should be pressing firmly down through your big toe mound, but at the same time trying to press your heels to the outer edges of your mat. Draw the ribs in. Good. On the inhale, ripple yourself forward to a high plank position. You can choose to just stay here in the high plank. Otherwise, we're going to lower the right forearm to the floor, then the left forearm to the floor. So we're in a forearm plank. Come back up, right hand, left hand, and then press back, downward facing dog. And that is completely optional. On the next round, if you don't want to do that, just stay in down dog. Take a breath in, sweep your right leg to the sky.
As you exhale, pull the knee in towards the nose and step the foot in between the hands. Big breath in to sweep the arms out and up. You're going to catch hold of your left wrist. Try to pull the right heel back underneath you. Drop the tailbone down. And as you exhale, a little lean over towards the right. So just opening through the front of that left hip flexor. And also that whole lateral line of the body. Try to keep pressing your left thigh up and drawing your right hip back. Good, inhale breath, come back to center. Bring your hands into Hakini Mudra, so all 10 fingertips pressing together. Lean forward, and you're going to step your left foot to hip distance from your right, so you're in Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink the hips down, try to connect your sitting bones towards your heels, so there's a very subtle scooping action of the pelvis. Draw the shins back, try to sit down a little bit deeper. Lift all 10 toes off the floor. One more breath. As you exhale, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Take a breath in, bring the hands to the shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, breath, left foot steps back, lower the knee down. Scissor your thighs towards each other and sweep the arms towards the sky. Turn the palms to face forward, and as you exhale, squeeze in between the shoulder blades. And then draw the ribs down, lift the center of the chest up. Contract the left buttock to open the left hip flexor. Remember to try to keep pulling the right heel back underneath you, activating that right hamstring muscle. Next, inhale, reach both arms to the sky. And as you exhale, frame your front foot and step back, downward facing dog. Again, a little pedal out through the feet. Just move how you want to move. Let's move the energy through the body. And then find a little bit of stillness. Really press the ground away. Hug the arms in towards the center line. Take a breath, lift the heels and ripple forward, high plank. You can choose to stay in the high plank or lower the left forearm down, followed by the right. Keep pressing the ground away so you don't sink into the shoulder girdle. And then left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor. Tuck the chin in and press back, downward facing dog. On the next breath in, sweep the left leg to the sky. And as you exhale, pull the knee into the nose, shift forward to your high plank and step the foot between the hands. Sweep the arms out and up and catch hold of the right wrist. Draw the ribs in, try to pull the left heel back underneath you. And then a little lean over towards the left. Just watching that the left hip doesn't start to hike up towards the rib cage. So drop it down and pull it back. Inhale, breath, come back up. Bring your hands back into Hakini Mudra, lean forward, and then step the right foot to hip distance back to your Utkatasana. This time you're going to lift your heels up and then draw your knees, your hips forward as you bring your shoulders back. So now you're balancing with your shoulders and hips in alignment. Lift the heels as high as you can. See if you can sink down a little bit deeper, hips just above the knees. Keep the knees hip distance apart, pressing down through the big toe mount. Good, one more breath. And on the inhale, slowly press to rise, lower the heels down. Circle the arms out and up as you inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees and swan dive. Take a breath in, bring the hands to the shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Now this bit is optional. You can either just step back and go into the low lunge on the right, or we're going to do play with some little lammy hops. So you're going to press the ground away, lift your hips up high, and then just play with pulling one heel then the other up to the butt. So nice and little, or you can play with them being a little bit bigger and getting a little bit more hang time. Just a nice way to start to build some heat in the body. And then step your right foot back, lower the knee down. Sweep the arms up as you inhale. And as you exhale, hands down, frame the foot, step back, down dog. Deep, full breath in. Nice long exhale out. One more breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet this time. Bend your knees, circle the arms out and up. Draw the hands down the center line, Samasthiti. Hug in this outer left hip and pull your right knee up to waist height. Flex through the foot. Gaze at the top of your mat. Extend your right leg forward. Lift it a little bit higher and then nice big step to the top of the mat. Crescent warrior. Lean forward and we're going to twist it as we exhale. So twist as far as you can first. Draw the right hip back, lift the left hip up, and then bring the elbow to the thigh. And then press the palms together and try to draw the thumbs towards the center line. If you want to take it deeper, you can always open the arms. Or reach out through the fingertips and down to the floor with the bottom fingertips. Really pressing the knee open into the elbow. Bring your hands back down the center line into prayer. Gaze forward, down at your foot. We're going to come back to Utkatasana, this time with the feet together. So step your left foot in, sink the hips down and back. Keep deep in your twist and try to soften or lean back into your back body. Good, one more full breath. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Take a breath in, bring the hands to the shins. And as you exhale, hands to the floor, back into those little lamb hops. So if you don't want to do them, just step straight back into the lunge and hold it. Otherwise, start to kick the feet up towards the bottom. Sometimes it helps to do little sound effects. Meh. Feel like a little lamb jumping over a fence. Sometimes not. And then step your left foot to the back of the mat, lower the knee down. Sweep the arms up, big breath in. And then exhale, frame your foot. Step back, down dog. Squeeze the thumbs towards the center line, send the sitting bones high. One more breath. As you exhale, walk the hands back. Big breath in, circle the arms out and up. Bring the hands down the center line, Samasthiti. Hug in this outer right hip as you lift your left leg up. Find your balance, pull up on the right thigh. Extend the left leg forward. And then nice big step to the top of the mat. Take a breath in, lengthen. And as you exhale, twist from the belly. Twist as far as you can first and then bring the elbow down. This might be mindful that the hip doesn't twist as you create your twist. It's almost like a counter rotation through the pelvis. If you're taking it deeper, you can always open the arms. But try to really press left knee into the right elbow. You're going to find that really deep connection, but it will also help you to turn on the outer hip muscles, so your glute med and minimus on that left-hand side. Gaze down at your foot, and then step your right foot in, Utkatasana twist. Make sure you're light through the toes, weight is in the heels, you're sitting the hips down, and remember that little subtle scoop of the pelvis so you connect your sitting bones towards the heels. One more breath. As you exhale, fold. Take a breath in, halfway lift. And as you exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach the arms up. This time we're going to go all the way down to the floor into Navasana. So if you need to use your hands, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, slowly as you can, hips towards the heels, and then lean back, lift the chest. Either modified, holding onto the knees, or full variation, flare out through the toes. Lift the center of your chest, lift the thighs, scoop the belly in and up. Believe it or not, when I first used to do this pose, I actually couldn't do it. My legs were barely hovering off the floor and I couldn't even balance. And I used to make all sorts of excuses as to why, basically my anatomy didn't allow it. But it was really just, I didn't have the strength. So just know if you can't do it right now, it will happen for you. You just got to keep practicing and being patient. Good, hug your knees in, a little rock. We're going to come straight back to the Utkatasana. So if it takes you a little time to get there, just take a couple of rocks. Use your hands if you need to. Come to Utkatasana. And then exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out and up as you inhale. Exhale, hands down the center line. Circle the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, release index fingers, thumbs across this time. Tailbone down, ribs draw in, take a breath. And as you exhale, slide your hips to the left, take your upper body to the right. So nice lateral flexion through the spine. Reach and extend through the fingertips. Good, inhale, breath, come back to neutral. And as you exhale, hips slide to the right, upper body goes left. Try to draw the arms back, open through the throat, through the chest. Inhale, back to center. Lift your left leg up to waist height. And then keeping your 2 hip points level, slowly send the heel back for Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3 pose. Reach and extend through your fingertips with the same extension out through your left heel. You can have a little bend of your right leg and try to draw the right hip crease back. Very slowly step your left foot to the back of the mat, lift up so you're in your crescent warrior. And then spin your back heel to the floor and open out, Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana B. Just check you've got heel to heel or heel to arch alignment through the feet. Sink the hips down and press the right knee open. Draw the scapula towards each other, broad across the collarbones. Find your drishti. Try to squeeze the legs towards each other. Create that line of energy along the floor and up through the pelvic floor. Flip your front palm and reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Nice lateral bend. Sink a little bit deeper into the right thigh. Pull up on the left thigh. And then as you exhale, windmill your hands. Left hand hits the floor. Spin the bicep forward. Spin onto the outer edge of the left foot and toe heel right foot halfway down. Now you can either stay here in the modified version or stack your feet for the full variation. Take a breath in, reach up. As you exhale, slide your right arm underneath. Good, inhale, reach and open. Press the hips forward. Exhale, slide the hand underneath. Inhale to reach up. Last one, exhale. Inhale to open it out. And then place your right hand down and press back, downward facing dog. Nice full breath in. And a nice long exhale out. You can either choose to step forward to the top of the mat or bend your knees and float forward. Feet together, take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach the arms up. And you guessed it, we're going to the floor again. Slowly lower the hips down. Find your Navasana, so either modify, even toes to the floor if you need to, or full variation. Try to keep a little softening or smile even on the face. Promise you it will make it a little bit easier. Lift the center of the chest, lift the feet. Good, we're going to do that little rock back to our Utkatasana again. So hug the knees in and then a little rock, pull the heels to the butt, reach forward. That'll give you the momentum to eventually stand up. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Circle the arms out to the side. Draw the hands down the center line. Inhale, breath, reach out and up. Interlace the fingers, release index fingers. Reach and extend, pull up on the thighs. Try to press the heels apart. And as you exhale, lean to the left, slide the hips to the right. Draw the left shoulder forward. And as you inhale, come back through center. And then exhale to the other side. Right shoulder spins forward. The legs are really active. Pull up on the thighs. Inhale back to center. Lift your right leg up this time. And then slowly extend the right heel back. Little softening to that left knee. Keep the right hip drawing down to the floor. Little squeeze to the inner thighs. Draw the left hip crease back. Reach and extend through the fingertips and out through the heel. Slowly lower the toes to the floor. Reach and extend. Crescent warrior. You might need to wiggle the foot forward. And then spin the back heel down and open out warrior two pose. Virabhadrasana B. Flare the toes. Lift the insteps of the feet. And then hug the legs towards each other as you extend the thigh bones away. So the feet are drawing in, but the thigh bones are pressing away. Setting your drishti point, that warrior's gaze along the fingertips. Flip your front palm, reach up and back. Nice big side stretch. So keeping your hips, your shoulders parallel to the side edge of your mat. Very little weight in this back leg with your hand. As you exhale, windmill the hands to the floor, place the right hand down, spin the bicep forward, spin to the outer edge of your back foot. Left foot comes halfway down for modified side plank, Vashisthasana, or stack the feet. Draw the left hip down and lift the right hip up. So this left hip is rolling forward slightly as the right hip lifts up. As you exhale, take the left arm underneath you and then inhale it straight up to the sky. Exhale, slide it underneath you. Feeling that contraction in the side body. Inhale, lift it up. Pull up on the thighs. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, reach. Place the hand down, press it back. Downward facing dog. Slowly lower your knees to the floor. And walk your hands forward. Come into puppy pose. So forehead on the floor. Make sure the forearms are off the floor. And you can either be up on the fingertips or down on the palms. Toes can either be tucked under or untucked. I quite like tucking them under because it gives that stretch for the soles of the feet. And then rather than flaring yourself towards the floor, start to knit the ribs in a little bit more. So contain through the belly. Nice stretch through the front of the chest, the armpits, the lats. It's really opening that whole front body. Ready for your day. Good. Start to pull the hands back underneath the shoulders. Just a couple of rounds of cat-cow breathing. So squeeze the thumbs in, the knees in. And as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the sitting bones. Exhale, tuck and round. Press the ground away. Inhale, breath, lift your sitting bones. Spin the biceps forward. Chest moves forward. Exhale, tuck and press the ground away. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then just walking your hands back towards your knees. You're going to come into hero pose or virasana. So you might want to take a block underneath your hips and just sit on the block. If you're comfortable in hero pose without the block, which means your sitting bones are not scooping underneath you, then you're going to bring your knees together, take your feet wider than your hips, roll your calf muscles out of the way, and then sit your hips down. The inner heel should be squeezing against the side of your buttocks. Press your pinky toes into the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure the sits bones are pressing firmly and evenly into the block or into the floor. And then just bring your palms face up on the knees, or you can take Jana Mudra, which is thumb on top of the index nail, and close down the eyes. So we're just going to take a few breaths in this position to close out our practice. And use this as a little bit of seated meditation to start your day. So as you turn the arrows of attention in on yourself, I'd like you to focus on an intention for your day. So whether you would like your day to be joyful, whether you would like to be generous, to send out love to somebody who needs it, to maybe have that sense of abundance. Let's create a positive intention or affirmation for your day. And whenever you are ready, you can close out your practice by bringing your hands into prayer position in front of your heart space, bowing your head towards your hands to Anjali Mudra and acknowledging your hard work. And have a beautiful day, you guys. Namaste.